Some of the world's most beautiful women are also some of the most powerful.
We call them by their first names, like Cindy, Tyra, Naomi, all of those girls.
But it's about more than just standing still and looking pretty.
You're great looking. Now what?
They're branching out.
I've always been so busy working.
They're in the movies.
Every role you take affects your career.
They're making a name.
That can make you into a supermodel.
And they're building a brand.
Models these days will design clothes, cars, shoes, hats, everything.
And now yesterday's It Girls are today's savvy CEOs.
They probably made more money off Kmart than they ever made in their modeling career.
We go inside with the most successful model mogul of them all.
We have over 15,000 products sold in 29 countries.
We meet fashion's modelpreneurs on this episode of Inside Hollywood. Tyra Banks is a dynamo. She's had a successful runway career, a gig with Oprah, acting jobs, and now she's got a healthy hold on reality TV.
People love Tyra. She's your girlfriend. She's your best friend. You never know what she's going to say.
Tyra Banks' transformation from a model into a model mogul was just amazing.
I don't know what the word is for being a model and then owning your own media empire. That's not selling out at all. That's being an incredibly smart businesswoman.
Tyra Banks, great businesswoman, understands how to expand herself beyond just wearing clothes.
She started acting very young. She was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
But instead of reading someone else's script, Tyra wrote her own ticket and scored a huge hit with America's Next Top Model. For years, models have dominated the front page. But in today's fame-crazed society, they're finding themselves edged out by actresses.
It's hard to see a model play someone other than themselves, especially when we're used to seeing them as themselves.
Every role you take affects your career, and it's things you turn down because you don't want to get labeled into doing too much of the same thing.
Tricia Helfer managed a smooth transition to acting with the help of the critically acclaimed sci-fi series Battlestar Galactica.
I had modeled for 10 years and quit, you know, cold turkey, and I studied acting a little bit while I was still modeling, and moved out to LA, and a year later I got Battlestar. So it really did give a validity to my acting career and really helped jumpstart it, because, you know, models get a bad rap. Model turned actors, oh, you know, there's nothing upstairs and they can't act and all that kind of thing.
If they can get audiences to see past the stereotype, then there's a huge payoff to being a model turned actress.
Guess what? It won't stop you from getting modeling gigs. It didn't stop Brooke Shields. It doesn't stop Tyra Banks. It doesn't stop Halle Berry. You know? People still want to take pictures of you.
Modeling is wonderful because it pays my bills and it makes me have a lot of freedom with the choices I can make with films, with my music. It's sort of a perfect situation, knock on wood.
I think the celebrity behind models is slowly fading, as we're not seeing as many models on the covers of magazines.
Celebrities have taken that over, and if you look at all the beauty ads, and now even look at some of our fashion campaigns, the celebrities are filtering it in. So unfortunately, the status of a top model is no longer really there.
Fashion changes. The industry changes. We as human beings, our attention span lasts for all of 2 minutes. You know, so whatever we're hungry for right now, we're not going to be hungry for next week.
Nikki Taylor was one of those superstars, earning millions despite a nearly fatal car crash in 1991 and the loss of her younger sister in 1995.
Nikki Taylor has really talked about her past experiences and a lot of difficulties that she's had in her life. I think that makes her really relatable to people.
What was great about her is that she was very real, and her experiences were very different from, say, a model of right now.
We all recognize that very fresh kind of girl next door face that she has, but I think we understand that she's had a lot of ups and downs in her life. She's had injuries and loss and tragedy.
She kind of overcame that. She kind of was like stuck with it and became this kind of, this household kind of supermodel name without the support of the fashion industry, which I think is kind of nice. And I think that's kind of actually where Heidi is now.
For Heidi Klum, she's a brand, and that's what she's understanding. I'm a brand. Let me do whatever I can do to further my brand.
At the end of the day, she's still a working model. Maybe not on the runway, but she's still in catalogs, in campaigns. She's still pushing products, which is interesting for someone who hosts a television show and has a family.
Heidi, Nikki, Claudia, Naomi, and Cindy are part of a rare breed still modeling in their 30s and 40s.